Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So I'm trying to make some changes with the channel, and when I do videos on my desk here, sometimes the kit lens is too close, and so you need a wider field of view. So I'm in the market to pick up a 10 to 18 millimeter lens for the Canon SL2, and before doing so, I wanted to weigh out my options. So I decided to buy a kit lens adapter, and what you do is you find out your thread on your kit lens. And then you go out and you find the lens adapter that you want. And so I went with these lens adapters are between 6 to 25 to 40 to 50 bucks. So you do your research. I picked up this little cheap one by Vivitar, and I'm testing it out right now. Now what you're looking at right now is a lens adapter on the camera already, and I'll take it off. And so you might see like a bubble effect or a little vignetting up about right there, but I've actually got it zoomed out to about 22. And if I go back to 18, then you'll really see the vignetting around the corners of the camera. And some people really dislike that, but I don't think it's gonna bother me too much depending on what I'm filming. If I'm on a black surface, maybe I'll zoom to 18 and try to get the full effects of the wide angle. But I'm gonna go ahead and go to 18 right now. And then you can see the vignetting up here on the corners of the camera. And some people really dislike that. Now, for me personally, you can stay at about 22 or so, or 21 to 22, and get a wider field of view. And so now I'm gonna remove this lens adapter. I'm gonna go back to 18, and then I'm gonna remove this lens adapter. I'm just gonna leave it right on the camera. When you're doing these, don't screw tightly. You just screw until it locks into place. And one other thing before I take this off, there is a macro lens too, and I'll actually include some macro shots from this right here. It's a two-piece lens. Most of these lenses are two pieces, and what you want to do is you can't use the wide angle lens without the macro lens, but you can use the macro lens obviously without the wide angle lens. So what I'll do is post up some macro shots and let you see how well this macro lens actually works. But it's going to depend on your camera too. You know, you have to go with that. But let me take off the wide angle lens here and the macro. I'm just going to do it right while I'm on camera here. Screws off really easy. And then you can see, tell me how much difference you actually see. Now here is the lens right here. It does come in a two-piece. And again, this is just the Vivitar 043X wide angle lens. And the macro screws on the bottoms here. It's two pieces. So you definitely can use this portion without the wide angle lens. But when you're putting these on, you just have to be careful about how you screw them on. And when you screw this piece together, you want to get this kind of tight. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this back on while I'm filming here. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to try to just do it nice for you guys and get it on there. And you see it really goes on really quickly. There's not much thread there. And you see, if you look by the monitor, I'm just getting a little bit more wide angle. But to stop that, you have to, the vignetting, you have to zoom to about 21 or 22. Now, this is a budget thing. This is about not wanting to spend $280 up front and trying something new. And that's all that I'm doing right here, is just testing this out. When I'm shooting certain videos, I definitely want a wider field of view. Not so much for vlogging, but it would be nice because I'm actually sitting really close to the camera. But you can still see my shoulders and everything. So the wide angle lens does help a little bit. This little adapter lens helps a little bit. But if I go out and I can deal with vignetting, then listen, you can see all of this right here. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting really close to the camera, maybe just about 1 to 2 feet away from the camera. So the wide angle lens definitely works a little bit. The adapter, I should say, it does work a little bit. So to eliminate all the vignetting, I'd have to go pretty far in, but it's not too bad. I mean, for $10 to $25, this is a pretty decent add-on to start you off, especially because lenses cost a lot of money. And let's be honest here, we all want to try to save some money and put that money towards something else. But if you're going to invest in your whatever you're doing with your camera, you're going to have to upgrade your lens. So for me, this is just a temporary fix. And I've had this for maybe a week or so. I don't know how long I've had it. Just decided to test it out for a little bit, just to get get a feel for it. So let's take a look at some macro shots and then I'll get out of here. But it's your man Jay Will. What do you think about lens adapters opposed to actual lenses? Remember, these aren't permanent fixes for a lot of people. It's just a temporary fix to get you through a certain situation or whatever you're trying to do on your camera. However, some people do use these full time. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you whether you want to stay full time with something like this or you want to just spend the money and get the lens. obviously I'm gonna buy the lens, but I had to try this first. And tell me what you think about it. It's your man Jay Will. Take a look at some macro shots, and I'll see you in the next video.